Hello, I'm Adam Barrelay and welcome to this Earth Connections video where we're exploring the essential oil of lavender. When you think of aromatherapy, one of the first oils that always comes to mind is beloved lavender. This unmistakable plant found in the old world of Africa, Asia and Europe with its purple flowers. For many, when we smell it, it reminds us of good old grandmother. But what I'm hoping to do in this video is show you that lavender in its popularity has so many uses and how it can benefit us. It can benefit us physically, it can help our mind, and spiritually it has some great traits as well. So please join me in this video in exploring how you can use lavender to help you in your everyday life. Lavender has a calming and soothing effect on different systems of our body. First of all, do you ever have one of those nights where you're laying in bed looking at the roof at 12 o'clock at night going, "Christ's sake, fall asleep"? Well, what I love to do is get a couple of drops of lavender, rub it in my hands, even pop it under my nose and take some really deep breaths in. Lavender really helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, and this is a system that's sometimes nicknamed rest and digest. It helps to soothe the nervous system and helps the digestive system kick in. So it's really good for calming you down whenever you're feeling stressed. It also has a really great effect on the cardiovascular system. It's great for high blood pressure as well as an irregular heartbeat. Now, the other system that lavender is perfect for is the skin. It's really soothing for all skin types, and it's one of the essential oils that pretty much everyone can feel comfortable putting it directly on their skin. It's great for eczema, it's great for acne, it's good for insect bites, it's good for burns, and here's exhibit A. That would be a lot worse if I didn't have my lavender with me when I burnt it on the oven a couple of days ago. So it's really great for all these different things. And another place where I love to use lavender is for hay fever. Now, if you get hay fever, combining lavender, lemon and peppermint I found to be a really great thing. It got rid of all of my hay fever. I used to get it every day all throughout the spring, but now I don't get it anymore. Now, if you can get a therapeutic ingestible grade 1, I mix 2 drops of lavender, 2 drops of lemon and 2 drops of peppermint. Have that either straight under the tongue or in a shot glass with some water, and every time that has stopped my hay fever attacks and I just don't get it anymore. Just as lavender soothes the body, it also has a really calming and nurturing effect on the mind. It's good to call upon your lavender when you've had one of those days and you just need to let it all go. A great use for lavender is to call upon it when you're studying, because it helps to focus and calm that mind. The only time I wouldn't use it is maybe if you're totally mentally exhausted, because its effect might have you falling asleep. But other than that, diffuse it around, put it in your hands and have it around you while you're studying, and it can actually help you remember different things, and then bring that when you've got that exam or when you need to recall that information as well. As I said before, it activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which helps you to rest and digest. And just like it does with your body, it helps with your mind as well. It can really help you to calm down and to start thinking about things that have happened. So lavender is great to work with whenever you've suffered any trauma or abuse. It allows you to let go of all the emotions from it, to actually process and start healing what's actually happened there. When it comes to love, lavender is another great oil to have around. It really gets you to stop and think about what you're looking for in love. It allows you to maybe change your attitudes in love, change your attitudes towards yourself, and also change what kind of lover you're looking for if you're single at the moment. So if you need to calm down, if you need to start thinking a little bit deeper, then having lavender around is definitely the perfect oil to allow you to do that. A good quality lavender has a vibration of around 118 megahertz, whereas the healthy human vibrates at somewhere between 62 and 78. So lavender is really great for rising your vibration. It can help just to bring in more feelings of love, peace, bliss and ecstasy into your life whenever you're feeling flat. In fact, it's really great for using it for protection because it helps to lift you out of the doldrums. Our ancestors used to use lavender to protect them from devils and demons. Although you may not have demons popping out and confronting you every day, we do have our demons that we have to deal with. Our fear and our inadequacy and all those things that hold us back. So whenever you're feeling fearful or restricted, lavender helps you to allow things to happen. In fact, lavender is really good as an abundance essential oil because a lot of the time we have some inadequacy with our value and how much we're worth and allowing money to come into our life. If that's an issue, meditate and really contemplate, why am I having restrictions with money? diffuse some lavender and start to see money coming in and see yourself feeling okay accepting that money. It's really beautiful in that way. And the other thing that's really beautiful for attracting is love. But if you're looking at kind of just a bit of a one night fling or a holiday romance or something, then lavender may not be the one to work with in this case. Lavender helps to attract real spiritual love because it helps you to really digest and think about what you truly want, what the soul desires, what the heart desires. Then working with lavender can attract soul love, soulmates, and partners that will be around for a long, long time. So work with your lavender, think about what you really want, even sit down and write it out while you're diffusing the lavender and become really clear on that, and then meditate seeing and feeling the energy of that person around you. It's best not to actually visualize a physical person because then you're limiting yourself. See, if you see someone with brown eyes and brown hair, then all the blondes and blue eyes are off the list. So just feel their energy, and that can really start to bring that in. Lavender helps you to allow abundance, love, let you enjoy the love and bliss and beauty of the world. So let it raise your vibration today. It's a perfect oil for that. Lavender is an essential oil that supports clear and honest communication. First of all, it allows you to let go of any fears and insecurities about speaking your truth and saying how you honestly feel to someone that you care about. But also, because it's so calming, allows you to get rid of all those emotions, be a bit more logical, and actually listen to what the other person's saying. Not just to hear their words, but to hear the meaning behind their words. So if you need to speak with people or someone in particular and have a real clear, truthful communication, then work with lavender. Have that scent around so that you relax, they relax, and the exchange between the two of you is truthful, honest, and fulfilling. When it comes to using lavender with the chakras, I use it for the crown chakra. In fact, I use it to stimulate the crown chakra. So when a crown chakra is underactive, what happens is you fail to see the spiritual side of life, you're not really clear on your path or what you're doing, you live a rather mundane life, and you can often stop other people from exploring what they define as their spirituality as well. Now, lavender stimulating a crown chakra is really interesting because it's such a calming one. But the crown chakra works kind of differently because how we open up to our spirituality is not by doing more and by awakening it, it's by doing less, by becoming a human being, not a human doing. So what you can do if you want to really open up spiritually, working with lavender, you can anoint a bit on the crown of your head, you can pop a couple of drops in your hand, breathe that in and visualize a violet, just like the color of my t-shirt, that kind of sphere of light opening up, and just start to allow, just stop, do less, and start to consider more of what else there is in life and what more you can be doing to fulfill your soul's purpose. Next time you reach for your lavender, why not bring in some other things that have corresponding energies that will amplify the effects of your essential oil. When it comes to crystals, I work with amethyst. And just like lavender is the 101 of essential oils, amethyst, if it's not the first crystal that you buy, for many people it's one of the first. It was the first one I ever bought. And when you're drawn to buy your amethyst, it's almost as though there's a part of you, whether it be your soul or your subconscious or your guides whispering in your ear that says there's more to life than this rat race, than rushing around and trying to keep up with everyone else and trying to tick off our to-do list. And I just want to stop. I want to pause. And I want to consider what else there is to life. And both lavender and amethyst help you to do that. So they work really well together. So when you choose to work with lavender, have your amethyst nearby. Wear it, carry it, put it by your bed when you're trying to sleep and you're using lavender to help you fall asleep at night, and they work really well together. Now I also like to call upon a different animal guide when I'm working with each essential oil. And when it comes to lavender, I call upon owl. An owl teaches us not just to survive, but to thrive in this world. And how do we do that? Through wisdom. And what happens is owl is always seen as a very wise animal, you know, in very many different myths and stories, known as a wise animal. Sat on the shoulder of the goddess Athena, who was already known as the goddess of wisdom, but our friend would whisper in her ear and let her know anything she missed. Now, how do we acquire that wisdom? Through silence. And owl teaches us silent wisdom. Because we don't learn things when we're yabbering on and talking, we learn when we shut up, when we listen, we just observe and reflect. And lavender has that effect. It wants us to calm down and just think things through just a little bit more. Astrologically, I find lavender works with a couple of great planets. First of all, because of its purple flowers correspond with Jupiter. So Jupiter rules expansion and luck. And as we stop and allow that luck to come into our lives, it really works. And Jupiter rules the star sign of Sagittarius. So lavender is great for Sagittarians, and I love Sagittarians. My mother's a Sagittarian. But Sagittarians, they're always off on their next conquest. They're going off to find the truth and to find answers in the world. But what happens if they just kind of recklessly do that? They end up going along this path, and they wanted to be over there. So lavender's great for Sagittarians to work with, just to stop and reflect and consider where they're going in their life and to make sure that they're on the right path. And it's interesting that my mother loves lavender. The other planet that it works really well with is Mercury. And who's ruled by Mercury? Myself, Geminis, as well as Virgos. Mercury is the planet of the mind, and so Geminis and Virgos are always in their mind and always thinking, and again, lavender can calm that down to make sure that our mind is actually an asset rather than our detriment, and we're kind of working ourselves into some kind of state or anxiety. Now that Mercury rules Wednesday and Jupiter rules Thursday, so those are the best 2 days to work with your lavender. Now if you're not a Gemini, a Virgo or a Sagittarian, you can still have all the beautiful effects of lavender and still work with it. It can just be really great for those 3 star signs. Now I'm so grateful for you taking the time to watch this video, but I'd also like to thank a couple of friends that have been sitting up in the trees watching me, and I'll show some footage of them after the credits. If you've worked with lavender, please share with our community and leave a comment in the section below. And please do remember that not all essential oils are created the same. So when you're wanting to use the lavender for all the things we've been talking about, find a good brand, a real therapeutic one with a high integrity. And if you'd like to know more about the brand that I use, I'll leave some details and some links in the section below. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I'm Adam Barrelay. Blessed be.